Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here. I'm bringing you to the news. We're gonna jump right into Twitter. We got a lot of cards to cover this week. The Twitter is posting new cards about every day, and the first card we have here is Daddy Masterson, a green character, cost of 4, 5k power, East Blue, former Navy, Dawn ×1, end of your turn, set this card to active. That's looks like it's gonna work in the East Blue archetype from set 3. I'll be interested to see if former Navy is searchable with brand new, the Black Searcher from set 3, and if we can use those cards together in the iShow deck. We'll have to see how the rulings come out. For its effect, being able to attack and then not be able to be targeted is great. There's only so many cards that can attack into active cards, and it looks like those cards are going to most likely get a resurgence in this set. There was one in set 1, I think it was the Frankie. There's one, I think, every other set or so. So we'll have to see if those come back through the meta to deal with these cards that restand at the end of their turn. Moving on, though, just jumping right into another card. We have here Cosa. Cosa's a red character, cost of 3, 3k power, Alabasta Kingdom. When attacking, you may give one of your active leaders minus 5,000 power this turn. This character gains 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. 2k counter. It's interesting because I know that the Alabasta leader doesn't attack. The Vivi isn't attacking, so minusing 5k during your turn isn't that big of a deal because that character is not going to attack. As long as the power goes back to 5k at the end of your turn, that shouldn't be that big of a problem. It'll be really interesting if you're attacking with multiple Cosas to consider your character like minus 10k and stuff like that. Is it worth it to get this 3 cost 3k to 5k on turn 2? There might be better options for red, and thinking about red has so many better cards to play. I think that just that it's a 2k, you have a little bit more consideration, but right now I'm feeling really cold on this red set. There's some exciting stuff to talk about later, but generally the Alabasta archetype is feeling off to me, so I really hope that it comes around. But also red is disgusting, so I could care less if it doesn't come around. Set 3 through 1 is already really good, so if we get more support in every other color and red sucks this set, I'm okay with it. I don't think it's going to happen because it seems like Bandai loves red. The next card is Frankie. We finally got a Frankie. And it's a Water 7 Frankie. That's incredible. One set late, in my opinion, but at least it's here. They're listening. If they're not listening, they're just not really transparent on why this card is not in the previous set with the rest of Water 7. Alright, Frankie, purple character, cost 1, 1k power, Water 7, Frankie family. On your opponent's attack, once per turn, Dawn -1. So many things, goodness gracious. So many conditions, that's weird. If your leader has Water 7 type, up to one of your leaders or characters gains 1,000 power during this turn, 2k counter. So it has a bunch of conditions. It has to be on your opponent's attack, it can only happen once, and you have to minus a Dawn. At that point, you gain 1,000 power. That's a lot of conditions to meet when he's a 2k counter on top of that. If you didn't play him, you could just use the 2k counter. So it kind of feels weird. I wish that it wasn't just 1,000 power and that it was a little bit more. Obviously, it makes sense for it to be once per turn. You don't want to be able to spam this. But since it has the cost of Dawn -1, maybe it wouldn't matter if it was spammable. In any case, this is the Frankie we got for Water 7. I would be super interested to see what you guys think and if it fits into the iceberg list. The iceberg list was super interesting already just because it was the first leader that couldn't attack, and I haven't seen much of it so far. So let me see your iceberg list in the comments down below. Next up, we got Gats. This is the announcer from the Dressrosa arc. Gats, black character, 1 cost, 1k power, Dressrosa, 2k counter. On play, up to one of your characters with Dressrosa type may attack your opponent's active characters during this turn. Aha, it's already coming up. This card imbues the ability to attack active characters. So like I was saying earlier with Daddy Masterson, there's a lot of cards that are restanding in this set, and there's a lot of activatable effects that are able to not have your attacks be, your cards be vulnerable on the defending side. They're already starting to give us hints that that's not going to matter. We're going to be able to attack into active characters in set 4, and this is going to imbue that ability to your character, so you can deal with it without having to play a Frankie that may not fit in your deck, or any of the other cards that have it already as a text effect. I'm trying to think. It's an interesting card because it doesn't say that you have to rest it to do it. So just it's on play, I guess. But it seems like there's a lot of on play effects that also rest or something. In my head, at least, that's how it's working out. So it's interesting that's just on play. It's in black. Maybe we can play it with some of the blue cards that bounce it back to your hand, so you can reactivate this effect. Overall, it's going to be good to have. I don't know if it's playable at the moment, just because it's going to be very meta dependent. And if your meta doesn't have a lot of these restanding cards, this card is not necessary. It could just be necessary to get through some of the cards that people don't attack. We'll have to see. Interesting card nonetheless. The next card is Pell. Pell is a red character, 5 cost, 6k power, Alabasta Kingdom. Dawn ×1, when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4k power or less. Whoa, red, slow down. Okay, this is an SR, so the effect has to be good. If you're printing SRs, you want them to be good. You don't want SRs that are dead and worthless. So being able to KO 4k power or less when attacking is 1, super interesting, and 2, relevant to red. Red already has a lot of KO power, some of them on play, some of them on attacking like Robin. So having this be a strong character on top of that is great. So he's going to be swinging at 7k with his 1 Dawn attached, KOing 4k power cards. So you potentially are attacking into Arrested or into Leader, KOing up to 2 if you're attacking into Arrested card on turn 3-ish. You could always hold it to the late game so that you can do some cool combos. That will come up. It's coming up soon. Last card I'll show you. It's a good card, KOing on attack and being a super strong, plus it's Pell. I hope the alt art is the Zoan. Alright, moving on. Lots of random stuff for sale. Alright, Kuro, Vanilla. Kuro, green character, 6 cost, 8k power, East Blue, Black Cat Pirates, 1k counter, Vanilla. I don't know how this fits into the East Blue deck. I don't know if it's even necessary. It does have the name Kuro, so the effects that say restand to Kuro, I believe there's cards that specifically call out Kuro to restand, might be targetable to this card, which would be super cool. Like Django might be very specifically say Kuro on it, so this would be interesting to see if we have a big swing on AK and that you can restand and attack again, or just protect. Like we've been saying this whole video, the being able to stay up and active, protecting you from attacks for the most part is going to be even more important in green, and it seems like it's being a pretty active archetype going forward. So being able to keep your big attacker safe is cool. Why Bandai is choosing to show us vanillas when they could be showing us other things, I don't know. I wish we would not get vanillas on a card preview when we really want to see our secret rares and stuff like that. We'll get there. It's almost there. All right. Second to last card, Cavendish Black character, 5 cost, 6k power, Dressrosa, beautiful pirates. Dawn ×1, this character can attack active characters. Another one, very cool. When attacking, you may rest your leader, KO up to one of your opponent's characters, cost 1 or less, then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. Another card that's attacking active characters. It seems like it's becoming a trend. And then it has a KO up effect. Depending on which of your decks that you play this in, hitting cost 1 or less shouldn't be a big deal. In black, you have a lot of abilities that are going to lower it. Just lowering a couple, 3 or so cost down to 1 gives this character some more KO potential. In previous black leaders, you usually want to keep up your opponent's 1 cost because they're usually not attacking with them, like the Namis and stuff like that. The searchers are usually 1 cost. And then you can use like your smoker effect to constantly proc his effect. We'll have to see how that works in the Dressrosa package. If you want to clear those cards. Also, I believe it was brought up in a previous video that the Luffy ability has to do with cards in the trash, so this is also fueling that. And another character that can attack at 7k into active. Incredible. That's a big swing on a active that your opponent most likely expected to be safe. Here's the big one. There was a Shonen Jump or V Jump or one of the jumps in Japan posted 2 pictures. It was the Pell and it was this card. Orange Samurai was able to get that from somewhere, maybe from Discord or somewhere, and post it. This Vivi is ridiculous. So it says it's a secret rare. Let me read this off to you. Nefertari Vivi. Red character, 7 cost, 4k power, Alabasta Kingdom, 1k counter. All of your red characters with a cost of 3 or more other than this character gain rush. Whoa. Like I was saying earlier, red was looking to be bad. I wasn't looking forward to the Alabasta red cards. The Nami wasn't super exciting. The Luffy just had banish. But now, at the end of your game, you're just playing cards with rush. Your opponent has to respond to Vivi. They have to get rid of this card as fast as possible, because even on the first turn it's played, if you want to tap out and go completely to 0 Dawn up, you can have a rush card immediately. Since it's only 7 cost, you can play a 3 cost and get an immediate rush on a character that didn't have rush. This is a passive ability. It doesn't say attach a Dawn, all characters. It doesn't say tap this character or rest this character, all cards get rush. No, it just says all of your red characters get rush. This is insane. You could splash this in Whitebeard and have a rush Whitebeard if you wanted to. You could splash it in any of the red decks that are already around and just play 3 cost and higher cards for your endgame and gain rush. That's absolutely insane ability to give red. I don't know why you give red this ability, but they did, and that's insane. It's insane to think that they thought this was a good idea when I'm looking at it thinking this is a terrible idea to give red. Tell me what you think about these cards. I think that everything was going smoothly until the Vivi. It is a secret rare, and it's an incredible secret rare. I believe that it shouldn't be printed, and it's highly possible that this card ends up on a ban list within the next 6 months. It also looks like, here, let me switch back real quick. That looks like an alt art to me. I could be wrong, but just how much frame break it has, it looks like an alt art. If it's not, wow, the alt art's going to be incredible. back to me. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like, hit the subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, peace out.